I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit brought to you by BitcoinWell.com, the simplest and quickest way to buy Bitcoin in the US or Canada and get it directly into your own self-custody. Check them out today at the links down below.
First, to start, I would say when you look at money, money is meant to serve three functions. It's meant to be a store of value, a medium of exchange, and a unit of account. Now let's forget about these second two for a second and look at a store of value. When money loses value over time, naturally, we're going to try and seek value elsewhere. We're going to try and find that inflation hedge. So what do? We pile all our money into real estate. We pile all our money into farmland. We pile all our money into equities, you name it. And so all of a sudden, all of these assets just go up and up and up. And that means that the average house no longer is being used for its utility purpose, which is to live in, to put a roof over your head, to support your family. Instead, it's being used purely just as an asset. And where I live, I rent a basement suite here in Whistler in the little ski resort. The average house is $4.5 million. Like, it's insane. How can anyone afford this type of stuff? And even in the Sea to Sky Highway, which is from Vancouver up to Whistler, it's about an hour and a half drive. The average house is 100 times the average person's wage. So we've got all of this skewed asset prices because of monetary intervention, because our money is losing value over time and people are looking to seek to store that value in other things like real estate. What I think is so incredible about Bitcoin is, and I should take a step back and quickly describe why, but Bitcoin price, well, because its price goes up, its purchasing power goes up over time. Rather than seeing our cost of living go up, we see our cost of living go down. Now, what's interesting is, well, first off, why does that happen? For those that may be unfamiliar, when you've got a fixed supply of currency and you've got increasing technological advancement, increasing productivity, if you think about technological advancement, we're always trying to get more for less. So if we're always trying to get more for less, then prices should fall over time, not rise. So if you've got a fixed supply of currency units, 21 million with Bitcoin, naturally, prices are going to fall. So all of a sudden, if you're now incentivized to save in the currency, you're going to see money flood out of a lot of these other assets, like equities, like real estate, back into the currency. So why am I bullish? Because the average individual is going to be able to slowly begin to afford a house again. The average individual is going to be able to support their family and have some form of sovereignty rather than having a society built upon renters. So I think Bitcoin is truly incredible. And again, this kind of going back to John's point, this isn't something that's happening overnight. This is something that I think is a lot further down the line, but you're shifting all these incentives in society. If you incentivize people to save in the currency, they no longer have to seek inflation hedges and all of these other types of assets. And I also think, again, it takes a lot of money from all these startups that, although, yes, I think there's a lot of startups that are creating a lot of value in society, there's also, we're burning trillions of dollars into a lot of these unicorns. 90% of them fail. And that is immense capital destruction. So if you're incentivized to save, people are going to be a lot more conscious of how they direct their capital. If they're a lot more conscious of how they direct their capital, then people are going to have to increase the amount of value they're offering to society. So